Richard in here as a guest star. You would love this.
And good evening and welcome to Car Chat. My name is Chad Miller. I'm sitting alongside Tony Shanklin. Welcome to our new time. It's 7:30 on Sunday evenings.
It's not 7?
It is not 7.
It's not 7. It's 7:30.
I know. I told you.
Okay.
I know. I told you 7 o'clock, and here
Well,
we are.
I mean, if anybody else got, maybe a slight misinformation on that, and you were here at 7, it's not too bad.
No, not at all. It's 7 o'clock. What else do you have to do at 7:30 on a Sunday?
Right.
Other than listen to us or watch us.
Watch us.
Watch us. You can watch us on Facebook Live.
We have the faces for radio.
Oh my gosh, we do have the face. My wife tells me that all the time. You've got the face for radio. So no, this is our new time. We're going to do 7:30 on Sunday nights. We're kind of tinkering around with the best time to have it. We tried Saturday at like 3 o'clock, but we kind of figured no one's really sitting at home watching their computers at 3 o'clock.
You never know.
No, you don't.
I mean, they're on their phones 24 hours a day. We could do this show anytime we wanted.
Well, that's another topic. My goodness.
As long as they stay in their phone line, whichever. I know some certain countries or there was some city that talked about that. They were going to make lanes for people to walk in so that they could be on their cell phone so that they didn't walk into traffic or other people.
Germany had it. Germany, They were going to put stop signs or the red, yellow, and green on the sidewalks.
Right. That's right. That's what it was.
So they could not worry about running into traffic while on their cell phones.
Once again, government policy is much better than personal responsibility.
I know. Hey, we are live from San Antonio, if you can't tell by the Alamo in the background.
Ooh. You never know where we are.
No, you never know where we are. Maybe we have to play.
We're high tech.
Where are we now? Play a little game. Where are we now?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Where in the world is Chad and Tony? Other than in Chad's bedroom broadcasting.
Guest bedroom. You just ruined the show.
I did. I didn't ruin the show. I just
almost. We have a topic. Can we move on to the topic? I mean, good God.
We do have a topic. Our topic this week is we've got a couple, but when we were kind of discussing it today and before because we were well prepared.
Absolutely.
Is if anybody has heard us in the past or heard me in the past, I get on a soapbox. Usually soapbox Saturday, soapbox Sunday. We're kind of get on a soapbox today as far as auto repair and things that we've seen in the shop. And Tony kind of brought up a good topic earlier when we were discussing this.
Well, and I think it's true for any service industry. There's always some animosity when I, along with thousands upon thousands of other people, had to hire a roofer to come do my house. And I don't know anything about roofing other than it covers the top of my house and it keeps water from coming in, and that's the extent. I don't know anything else about roofing. So is it easy for me to get taken advantage of? Would it have been? Could they have? Absolutely. And that's the truth about service industries, and that's the animosity towards getting your car repaired is this person going to tell me the truth? Are they going to lead me down the right path? Are they going to sell me a bunch of stuff I don't need? We see that anxiety in a lot of people, and if you've met us, if you've come into our shop, you know that's why we don't take things as seriously as a lot of shops do, because we know that we're not the people you absolutely want to see before you go to work, because in most of the situations you don't know what's wrong with your vehicle. And you expect me, the professional, to have some integrity when I tell you what's going on with the vehicle. And we just, we had some situations this week in the shop that reminded us of that. And So we kind of wanted to touch on that, and if there's questions about that or comments about that, then we would love to discuss that as well.
That's true. Hey, I'd like to put a shout out to Jill Nichols, all the way from. Whoa! Got a little feedback there. Oh, I got to figure out how to fix that. We got a Jill Nichols all the way from Iowa. And Cindy Koo, who's listening to us here in San Antonio. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Jill. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions about auto repair, you can text us at the Facebook Live. You can email us at service@cmautocare.com. You can go ahead and, be on the air at 371 Car Chat, even Skype us. So there's a lot of ways to get a hold of us. But no, Tony's right. Who do you trust? What do you do? I mean, how do you know if what the service industry or the service person you're telling, whether it be an orthodontic, whether it be an auto repair person, that are actually, being honest with you? I mean, what do you do?
Well, I think the simplest solution is ask a lot of questions. I think that's, I've always told people if somebody asks you for a couple of thousands of dollars for some repair, then there should be something that they can show you on your vehicle. There should be.
I'd like to put a shout out.
Look, there's our.
I know, right? Trying to figure out all this technology here. Oh, we got a visitor here. He wants to sit on our lap, so we're going to let him sit on our lap for a little bit.
We have a guest host.
We have a guest.
The future host.
The future host of Chat Miller, or Car Chat. Fraser Gibbs Miller. Say hello, Fraser. Say hello, Miss Jill Nichols. Hey, Miss Cindy Koo. Hi, Mama.
Hi, Mama.
There you go. All right, now go watch Mickey Mouse. We'll come right there. So, but no,
It's a digital age. We all send people pictures back and forth on our phones. I think you had a picture of what we do, which is the main thing that has really changed a lot of things for us. And if you've gone to any, I know that the Ford dealerships are really big on this type of report, where they actually show you a report where they've gone through the steps. They've gone through the steps of looking at your vehicle, and checked where things stand, and then there's it's.
Whoa.
And then you can also see comments under there, and ours has pictures attached. When we send you this link to this, and you can go and actually see pictures of the components that we're talking about that need to be replaced. And if you don't have this, if you've gone someplace that doesn't have this ability, then, and you have questions about what they're telling you, then ask them to save the parts and show up and look at the parts, but, be interactive with what's going on with your vehicle, and don't necessarily just take their word for it. Even if it's us, I don't ask someone that I've never met that comes into the shop that I talk to them about their car to just take me at face value or trust me on this thing. Please ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to or try and get an understanding of what's going on with your vehicle and why we've made the recommendations that we have. There's ways to go about not being taken.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things about, something that's definitely changed for us is how much we push online reviews.
Yeah, and we do. And I remember years ago, you and I, we had talked about this when the, by the way, hello out there to Lou Mangello from WDW Radio. You know what WDW stands for?
I don't.
There you go. Yes, you do. Hey, but no, we've, years ago, we used to look at reviews, and man, we hated reviews. We hated the idea of people going online and reviewing, because what did they do? Nobody gave positive reviews.
No, it was just
it was a
platform. That wanted to rant.
It was a platform to be a keyboard crusader, stand behind that keyboard, moan and complain. I would like to cuss, but I won't. About what their service was. It wasn't until recently that people really started getting into the idea of having positive reviews. Saying where they want to go, who they want to see, different ideas like that.
Yeah, we certainly like now that, I mean, you can go online, and even if you purchase a product online, that there's genuine reviews, there's genuine feedback of what you're looking at.
Right.
So you have at least some discretion before you go and get whatever it is that you're having serviced.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good online reviewers. You've got Yelp, you've got Google. You can go to SureCritic. You can go to Facebook. You can go. I mean, there's a lot of good online reviewers who are there that can give you an honest opinion of what's happening. And Jill from Iowa says, she was fortunate enough to have a quote unquote grease monkey dad and 4 brothers who I played basketball with. Her couple of her brothers
back in the day.
Back in the day when I was a little skinnier, had a little less gray hair. Hey, don't be laughing.
More vertical ability?
I had no vertical ability. I didn't care what it was. I didn't have vertical ability when I was like 18, 16 or 17. I have less now. But no, she did. She had brothers and a dad that could help, and that's great. But if you don't have that, it's good to ask questions. It's good to, as she says, ask colleagues for recommendations. Who do you go to? I mean, there's good ways. There's good people to trust. And there's other people who you don't. But go online and find the reviews.
I mean, we like the opportunity to take people out to their cars and show them what we're talking about. If we can't necessarily send them a picture, and if I was somewhere and it was my car and they wanted $3,000 in repairs, then my car would wait to be repaired until I could go down there and see it. Yeah. Even if I didn't know about cars, I want to see. I want to know what I'm paying for. I want to know that I'm not doing something that doesn't need to be done. I mean, there is enough that will go wrong with cars all on its own. Any machine, anything that needs to be serviced, there's enough that will break on its own that we don't have to make anything up.
No, we don't. We say that every day. We've got in front of our shop alone, and I know up at Saturn's up in Humboldt, Iowa, who I went to school with as well, there are hundreds and thousands of cars driving by your shop every day.
Right.
You don't need to make stuff up. You don't need to BS somebody, and that's what irritates me. That's what irritates the two of us. That's what irritates the staff that we have at our shop is. I mean, we've had cars come in from reputable dealerships.
This week we had 2 vehicles come in from reputable dealerships that we couldn't make the same recommendations that were made to them.
No. I mean, power steering stuff. I mean, it's
brakes. Brakes are pretty simple and straightforward to look at and know if you need. I mean, the one car needed nothing. And that's difficult to tell a customer that, you almost spent $800 and
yeah, they were told they needed pads and rotors all the way around their vehicle. We looked at it and it literally had 40 to 50% brake pads remaining.
Right.
I'm not for sure how you can look yourself in the mirror and say or look at yourself and go to sleep at night because there's no way.
18 packs.
18 packs. Oh my gosh.
That's how they go to sleep.
They go to Egyptian cotton silk sheets because they went ahead and taken
1,200 thread count.
Oh my gosh! But why? I mean, again, I don't understand how you do that. Cars, like, as Tony says, cars break every single day. You don't have to make things up. And the good thing we do at our shop, and this is not to tout Chad Miller Auto Care. If you're listening in Orlando, Florida,
then again, it is
maybe a little bit. Okay, if you're in Orlando, Florida, if you're in Iowa, if you're in Nebraska, if you're in California. Now you made me lose my train of thought.
Sorry.
That's all right. Oh my gosh. But I think I can. Thanks. But you don't have to make things up. What we do at our shop and what great shops do around, San Antonio or the country is they're going to find out from you, the client, why you brought the vehicle in, and address the major concerns first. And then from there, maybe give you an idea of what other things need to be taken care of. Because the worst thing you can do at our shop or anybody's shop is to have that repair facility fix what you've had and 5 miles down the road break down again.
Well, or what we see so often is you spent $1,500 and the concern you had, the reason you took it to the shop, never got addressed. Because then everything else is in question. Everything else that got done to your vehicle is in question.
Case in point, Friday, had a gentleman come in that had taken it to another shop, unknown, and he had $2,200 worth of work done on his vehicle. Never addressed the main concern that he brought in.
Right, and when they took it back, they fixed his concern in under an hour.
Right, and they said, oh, it was just XYZ. And he's like, well, why did I spend $2,200 on things that I didn't even tell you about? That I don't get. And that's why I guess this is, maybe this is Soapbox Sunday for us.
Well, kind of, but we don't even like to talk to you about other things we see on your car until we can address what you came in for, what your actual concern is. Because when that happens, the first thing that tells you is whoever you were talking to wasn't listening to you. And if whoever you're taking your car to isn't listening to you, you need to get your car out of there. Or whoever comes to your house to fix whatever plumbing issue you have, if they find $10,000 worth of other stuff that needs to be done and they don't fix your leaking faucet, then this is not a company to do business with.
Hey, but you got a reverse osmosis machine out of it.
I don't even know what that does.
But no, we will, and great shops out there will address your concerns that you brought in. Now, unless we find something like, if you bring it in for one item, but you have fuel leaking and it's a dangerous item.
Yeah. Well, there are situations. Yeah. If you bring it in for a squeaking belt and the wheels are falling off, then we'll probably talk to you about that before the squeaking belt.
Right. Hey, Jill Nichols from, I can't remember where she is. She's in Iowa. She used to be in Gilmore City, my hometown.
I've never been to Iowa.
But now she's still in Iowa. Anyway, I could tell you some stories about Jill, but I won't on the air. But she wants to know, how long can she drive with soft brakes?
It depends on what you mean by soft brakes. If the pedal's fading to the floor, then I wouldn't drive it any further probably until I got it looked at.
Right. She's from Burlington. I knew that, too. I don't know why.
The coat factory?
No, not the coat factory. Jill, forgive him, please.
I'm from Texas. That's the only Burlington I
know. But, yeah, if your brake pedal is fading all the way to the floor or a lot further down than normally, I would go get that checked out.
Sorry, I have memories of an 87 Mustang that had a soft pedal, and then the next stop sign, it had no pedal, so... Yeah. It makes me paranoid.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea if it's soft or the pedal's fading almost all the way to the floor. Get it checked out. It may be, depending upon the vehicle that you have, it could be just that the brakes are out of adjustment, or it could be a hydraulic issue that's even...
But if it happened all of a sudden, then that's usually a sign that you've got some hydraulic pressure that you're losing. What is that? See, again, we don't know.
I don't know. I think it's a phone call coming
Somehow we have to figure this out.
I know. So do I answer it?
I don't know. Maybe somebody out there smart. Yeah, you got to answer it.
I got to answer it. I don't know. Let me see here. Here we go.
Hello, random person.
Kevin.
Oh, this is a real call.
To accept, press 1.
Oh, I'm going to accept it.
Well, your phone was ringing. It was a real call.
Well, I didn't know if it was a forward from Chadwick Auto Care or if it's a real call. Hey, Kevin, you're on the air at Car Chat. How are you today? Uh-oh. Got to turn it up. Hello, Kevin? Uh-oh, I can't hear him. Do not know why.
It just stopped ringing.
There you go, Kevin. Are you there?
Kevin?
What do you say?
Hello, Kevin.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey. Are we at... No.
Hey, Kevin, I don't know. Technical difficulty.
Hello? I can't hear.
I can hear you.
Can you hear us, Kevin? Yeah, technical difficulty. We'll have to figure that one out.
So close.
Last week we had that just down pat. This week, I don't know. So we'll have to figure that out.
It's a work in progress.
It is a work in progress. But we have multiple people online. That is awesome. Hey, we have another person who popped in. It was, let's see here. If I can figure, people are going to think I'm morons by doing this. Oh, there is a delay. Tammy Lee. Hey, Tammy, how are you today? If you've got a question, go ahead, and I guess Facebook is the best way to reach out to us. We can get those questions.
We don't know how to use a mobile phone. They're very complicated.
Lou Mangello, who has been doing this for 10 years, says, that's the fun and majesty of live video. Yeah, we will.
Well, you need to get us over here to teach us how to do this.
Hey, what do I have to do to fly you here, Lou Mangello, so you can show us what to do? Allie might be happy to do that. So,
other than looking awesome on screen.
Yeah, hey, we are in San Antonio.
Awesome.
See,
Can you see the Alamo behind us?
Can you see the Alamo behind us? We are actually broadcasting live from downtown San Antonio.
Exactly, because there's always been an orange line on the Alamo.
There is always an orange line. Hey, and you know what's even funnier?
Oh.
We can go to Chad Miller Auto Care.
We just did. So
the beauty of that.
We're right outside the shop if you need us.
Oh, I'm getting another phone call. I think it's the same. I don't know if I can actually pick it up. That's kind of what's...
Hey, one more time around.
I can try this one
Give
more
it another
time.
shot.
Let's see what happens.
You got this.
I got this.
How hard can it be?
From
Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
to accept.
Hey, Kevin, can you hear us?
Yes, sir, I can.
Oh,
Woo-hoo!
there we go.
See?
Woo, we got it. Hey, Kevin, how are you today?
Doing, guys?
We're good. How can we help you today,
Good.
sir?
All right, I got a good one for you guys.
Oh, no.
I just picked up a little while ago a 2001 Silverado LS. And I do quite a bit of towing with it, boats and RVs and stuff. Are you still there?
Yep, we're here.
We're here.
Okay. Well, the thing is, when I went and got it and everything, I hit the tow haul button, and it works. And I saw where the transmission waited a little bit longer for a shift change and everything. And then I was driving home one evening, and it didn't work. And then the next day it did. And then driving home from work, it didn't. And I checked the wire going out of the shifter and all that, and it was fine. But here's what I happened to find out is the only time I can get that shift tow haul to work is if I turn the dimmer all the way down on my light switch. And that's also the only way I can override my headlights at night when I'm sitting there. If I have it all the way up, or if my headlights are on at night, I can't get the tow haul to work. I have to slide the dimmer knob all the way down. I got nothing.
Maybe, I mean, I would have to look at, obviously, for me, I would have to look at the diagram and see what's connected there. If there's something maybe in that, I mean, obviously it's to say it's electrical is obvious, but I mean, it may be something that's actually in that column where we have a short or an open wire in that harness.
Column apart. Yeah, I took the column apart
Okay.
and I inspected that wire harness come out, and I replaced that switch. The whole switch got a whole new switch to put in there. It was like $30 up here.
For the multi-function switch or for the...
Yeah, for the multi, because
Okay.
I thought it might be grounding out, because I'm thinking, okay, why is it when I turn it down it works? And now the only thing, I don't know. It's like if the headlights are on, the tow switch won't work. But I can make it work at night if I slide the dimmer down. All my lights go dim on my dashboard, and then turn the tow light on, and it works. And then I slide the dimmer back up so I can read all my gauges.
And it stays on?
Yeah, and it stays on, and you can feel how it adjusts the shifting and all that.
I would still believe that it has to be something in that wiring that goes down the column, maybe not necessarily where that switch is that you replaced, that there's an open or a, but I don't know what the whole circuit looks like or where they're tied together, or if there is, or if they go into the same splice or the same connector underneath the dash someplace, and you have low voltage coming out of that connector. I just had a GM vehicle in last week that was having a somewhat similar problem with the rear blower motor, and I traced it back to one connector where there was one wire in that connector that was burnt. And if I messed with the connector, everything worked fine. And, that's the type of thing that we would look for to try and trace that problem.
Yeah, the weird thing that really, and I figured it out by accident, but the weird thing is that when I go to work in the morning, I'll pull into the parking lot and I'll sit there for about 15 minutes, and I don't want my headlights on, so I go to hit that little button twice to override the automatic light.
Right.
And I can't do that either unless I turn that dimmer switch down.
Yeah, I mean, and it could be something inside that, it could be something inside that headlight switch. I mean, that is a fairly common failure. How it's connected to the tow haul switch, I don't know. Again, that's, maybe they go down to the same fused circuit, and, that's a possibility. But that's definitely an unusual one.
I thought maybe it may have something to do with that sensor that senses night up there, because it seems like whenever the headlights are on, that's the only time it doesn't work. During the day, it's fine.
Yeah, you have to. Again, I would have to see what all circuits they run parallel, or what all they run to one single splice. It's obviously that's an unusual situation. At least you found a temporary way around it, but that's one of those things that even as a technician, you read the description of that and you're like, what's the next thing to look at?
I've pretty much done all my tricks and stuff. So.
I mean, I don't know if you're here in San Antonio or not, but we would be happy to take a shot and look at it for you if you want us to.
Oh, yeah, I'm actually right down the road. You're the only guys I let work on my wife's truck. Tammy, she has the Tahoe. She was just in there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, you're the only guy. I work on all my own truck and my boats and all that stuff, but I open the hood of that Tahoe and I just close it and go, nope, take it to Chad.
Yeah, we'll be. I fully expect us to be able to figure that out for you, Kevin, if you want us to.
Okay, well, if I can get some time, maybe I can get Tammy to drop it off for me, and you guys can help me. Because it's not that I can make everything work, but I'm just one of those guys, when something like that is like that, it drives me insane.
Right, no, you wouldn't want to leave it like that long term, for sure.
Right.
No.
Well, I appreciate it, Kevin.
All right, man, I appreciate you guys having a chance for us to call in and ask questions. Buddy.
Anytime. Spread the word out. Let everybody know that, where we are. We're here to help every Sunday at 7:30.
I already brag on you guys at work and stuff. Tell them to take to you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Kevin.
All right, thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye. Hey, we got the phone lines to work. We don't know who's calling, but we know that somebody's calling.
It only took 2 tries.
It did take 2 tries, so
I don't even know what you did wrong the first time.
I don't know, but it's fixed. So, if you do have questions out there, you can call us at our hotline now that is working at 731-CAR-CHAT. Email us at service@cmautocare.com. Maybe go ahead and you even use the Twitter at Chad Miller Auto. Or if you want to be live, I can actually put you live on the air at CM Auto Care 6011 on Skype.
And we can put your beautiful
face.
We can
put your face up there as well. So
it can be 3 of us hosting the show from now on.
That's right. Hey, I think Sunday night's going to work. I got 7 people. We have 7 people out there watching right now. We got 6 thumbs up. We got somebody that hearts us.
Wait a minute. We have 7 people and only 6 thumbs up.
Yeah. No, but we have 6 thumbs up and 1 love.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. I was going to say, we're going to have to track down whatever thumbs down we got.
We had Adam
can't delete anything from Facebook. We will find it.
That's right. We had Amanda Daughtry who was listening. We have Danny Contreras. Thank you for being out there and joining us here on our Car Chat Live with, I'm going to say Tony and Chad.
I don't know if that has.
I don't know if that has the same ring.
Keep it alphabetical.
Oh my goodness, no. More gray, which means you're wiser and.
Yeah, but the comment last week was, "Why do I look so much younger?" So don't even start with that. Just because this gray hair shows the wisdom that I have.
Hey, Danny says he's out there watching us with his popcorn and why aren't you watching the NBA All-Star game, Dan? That's all I got to ask.
Because that is a circus.
That is, but I want to see if we got 4 Clippers, or 4. I don't even know anymore. I don't even watch enough basketball.
4 Golden State Warriors.
4 Golden State Warriors and Russell Westbrook. Let's see if they put them together.
You know Steve Kerr's going to do that.
I know, just for the heck of it. Get them.
He's a punk.
Hey, really?
Really?
No, come on. Who, Russell Westbrook or Steve Kerr?
Steve Kerr.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. We're going to get off the topic of cars onto.
Well, we already did.
We did a little bit.
So how long are we going tonight? What are we doing?
We go to a half hour. We'll go a little bit longer. Let's go another 15 minutes. I think we can handle another 15. Oh, we got a bong. Was that your bong or was that my bong?
Whoa. I don't have any drug paraphernalia here, sir.
Something. Danny says this is a lot more interesting than the NBA All-Star game, so that's good. But no, you know what? As Tony said, as we've talked about, if you're taking your car into the shop and you've got questions, it doesn't hurt to get a second opinion, whether you bring it into us and you want a second opinion with somebody else, or you're going to somebody else and get a second opinion. There is no harm in that. I mean, even if you've got a friend that, I don't want to say phone a friend, but if you've got a friend that you want to talk to say, look, hey, this is what's going on.
Right. I mean, that, again, I just show me. That's
right.
What I always, any kind of service thing that you don't have knowledge of, they ought to be able to make it clear enough for you to understand what it is they want to do.
Well, and as you said earlier, in the digital age, we have the ability to text photos, to email photos, to email videos, to do whatever you need to, so they can have the information.
Right, so they can see, because it's not always easy to get away from what you're doing to go down to your vehicle. But it's a terrible thing to see people get taken in any service industry, and it hurts everyone out there. And there are a lot of honest shops. Just like most things, it's a few that try and spoil it for the majority. But nobody, anytime somebody is taken at an automotive shop, it just makes our job more difficult. Anytime you have somebody come to your house and do poor work, it just makes every other good person in that industry has a more difficult time next time.
Right.
Because it's really easy to be cynical, and to just get a bad taste in your mouth from one time when you were done wrong. Money's hard enough to come by. You don't want to be taken in any kind of situation, and that's just something we really, really, really hate for people to deal with.
Yeah, there is no. Hey, Jill, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Go Rockets! That's right. Whatever the Rebels were, I forget those days, but let's go Rockets. She's signing off again from Burlington, so I gotta appreciate her. She was
no, that's your area.
That is my area. That's right, up in the cold right now.
I don't think it's that cold.
I don't think it's that cold either. I don't know. I have to kind of figure that out. But no, it's tough to be taken. But again, this is an easy industry to be taken advantage of, and that's the hard thing to say. But you never want that. And for Tony and I, and some of the other good shops here in San Antonio, that's not what we want. Because that makes it harder for us. That makes it harder for the shops who are,
trying to do it right.
And trying to take care of those clients who need it done right the first time, or who are in limited budgets, and trust somebody who to get that vehicle taken care of. It's a crazy thing.
Hey, on a side note, you sent me something about and we've run into a couple of these, and it just makes me think about being taken and the bizarreness that is buying a car these days. You sent me something about the devices that they put on cars, and we had just some of these places where you buy cars, because we've talked about that a few times, will put a start inhibit or a tracking device on the vehicle they sell.
Mm-hmm.
And I read part of the article, but it just makes me think about being taken advantage of. And we've actually had a few cars come in for no start issues that, it was actually a mistake on whatever institution or whatever car lot sold them the car, and the car stopped or didn't restart when they stopped the car someplace.
Yeah, we had that Dodge truck come in from Tennessee, and they had an inhibitor on there, and it was actually a GPS or a satellite way that this security service, or not security service, but a
Well, it was that one truck was from some credit union that had
from
it
credit
installed.
union. Yeah, and they said that he didn't pay his bill, so basically they just shut it down. And they're talking about what is the legality of that? How legal is that system to put on?
Well, I'm just wondering. I mean, because he didn't even. I mean, he knew his was there.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had a couple of cars that they didn't even realize there was any kind of device on it like that.
Well, and and I don't know if that's the future. Maybe that's the future of what's happening with buying used cars or buying any cars. Maybe the car manufacturers and the dealers, sellers are going to be putting that on.
Well, and that's what I bring that up as a topic because that's something that we want to look into and something. I mean, is that I can't imagine that it's legal to do that without disclosing that to the person purchasing this vehicle.
And I'm trying to look it up. So
because the one that I remember, the car like died at a stoplight, or it wouldn't. That was the story that they said, is that the vehicle died at a stoplight and they couldn't drive the car anymore, and it was because they were like one payment behind or something like that on their vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of like the credit card companies who, if you're like 3 days behind on your payment or you don't make your payment on the exact day, then they shut your credit card off. And it just makes, for some reason, that came to my mind when we're talking about people purchasing something and seemingly getting taken advantage of.
Well, and this is kind of what they say. Auto lenders kill switches being probed by the U.S. regulatory. In New York, a U.S. regulatory commission is looking into whether auto finance companies can use sophisticated technology like ignition kill switches or illegally harassing subprime borrowers that are falling behind on their payments.
So it's not even set that it's something legal to do.
No, it's not even
set. They have
set.
permission to do. They're just deciding to do this on their own.
Yeah, they're just putting them on. I guess if you're a subprime lender, they must think you're a flight risk or some type of risk, and there are some of these places putting them on and saying, look, if you fall behind, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down and find out where your vehicle is. It says using technology like ignition kill switches, which allow debt collectors to remotely disable the vehicle starter, and GPS devices which can track down an automobile or a truck. These devices can also make noise to remind the borrowers to pay. So what are they going to? Cha-ching, cha-ching. You are behind on your payment. Cha-ching. That's crazy.
That's what it should do. It should. It should just insult you and let you know you're delinquent until you.
Well, is it insulting enough?
I just was curious, because that's what I just read the headline and I read a little bit of it, and I was wondering, well, I mean, is this legal? Have they gotten permission to do this? Can they really shut down your car in the middle of traffic when you're driving your vehicle? Is this 1984?
No, I don't know. It says a representative from the credit acceptance did not return phone calls seeking comment. So it must. I don't.
So there's their admission that it's not legal.
Right.
Or that they don't have any legal premise for doing it other than your credit score wasn't a 720. So they think you might just skip out.
I mean,
is it that hard to repo a car? They can't figure out where people live, or I don't know.
I don't know. Could you imagine I'm going to the grocery store and being shut down? Not a good place to be. Danny, question for you. He wants to know if we do pre-purchase inspections. We do. If you're buying a used car, that is the number one thing that Tony and I will tell you to do, is to have if you're buying a used car, get it inspected before you buy it.
Do not purchase a used car without having somebody look at it. I don't care if it has a certified warranty. And that's another thing there's a few articles out there about certified warranties, and we want to get everybody that information. So we'll have all that information on certified warranties next week. That's definitely something we want to talk about, because some of these cars that are being called certified really haven't earned that certification. So there's actually some governmental action on that, which there's governmental action on everything, I think.
Right.
But don't buy a car without having it checked out. Have somebody look at it, whether it's us or I mean, have somebody give you an opinion of that car before you buy it, and your unspoken 3 days right to rescind goes by, and you're trapped. So, because once that's out, you own the car. It's yours. There's no taking it back unless you decide to put it back on the market, and that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, and if they don't, if they don't allow you to take it off the property,
then drive away.
Yeah,
run away, walk away.
There's a lot of in San Antonio and all over. There are a lot of people trying to sell cars. So if they don't let you buy, if they don't let you take it to an independent or to your technician or whoever it is, walk away. Find something else.
And I'm not saying that they're the greatest dealership in the whole world, because they're probably not. But one dealership that we have come across that has been very impressive in their dealing with cars that has problems is CarMax. We've actually had experience where they actually took back a few cars, and got the customer something else.
Hey, John Patrick Smith is on. I'm sorry to interrupt. JPS. Hello, John Patrick Smith. Sorry, Tony.
I thought you were going to go into some sort of John Jacob Jingleheimer.
Oh, no, that'd be singing, and okay. That would shut us down quick.
Well, because you kind of hesitated on the John, and I just thought that you were...
But no, you were saying about CarMax?
No, just that they've taken back a few cars that had problems that they missed, and they told the clients, "Look, we missed this. I don't know how it got past us. It's a problem. You don't want this car. We'll get rid of this car and get you something else."
Right.
So it happens, and you want to have that car inspected.
Yeah, you want to have a little security. You're putting a large sum of money into something.
Of course, sometimes people call you and ask you for a pre-purchase inspection, and you try and give them solid advice, and they just don't listen to you. They want to do what they want to do, and that's fine. It's really actually in our best interest if you just go ahead and buy it, especially if you're one of our customers, because then we get more business.
We had somebody the other day call or talk to us. There was a client in the office, and we told this person not to buy the vehicle. And that guy actually looked at us and said, "Why would you tell him not to buy the vehicle? Won't you make more money if you tell him to buy the vehicle and you can fix it?" I'm like,
yes, but for jobs I don't want to do.
No, and that's not who we are. You need to tell them exactly what's wrong with the vehicle. Let them make the choice. I was dumbfounded that he even asked that. You're shaking your head.
Because I'm dumbfounded by a lot of things. Some of them are things that I do.
Yeah, well, me too. Like, going Facebook Live on a Sunday night.
Yeah, but look at the people who love us.
I know. That is awesome. We want to thank everybody out there who's listening. We got Greg Sheldon. Greg Sheldon's a great client of ours from San Antonio, and when he's not racing motorcycles or doing whatever
else it is.
Whatever else Greg does other than work at a large company here in San Antonio. Don't know how much we could actually say.
We can't.
So I think you maybe said it too much when you talked about CarMax.
Really?
I don't know. I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Well, I was wondering. I didn't know.
I have no idea what the
rules are.
I have no idea what the Facebook rules are.
At some point, there's got to be some sort of rules that we read or look at, or is there Cliff Notes? Do they? I haven't seen. I've been to. I know bookstores are like nearly in antiquity at this point, but do they still? Is there such a thing still as Cliff Notes?
I don't know. I do know that we had a great young lady who came in and she was freaking out the other day. She was caught. They said she was plagiarizing because I guess they have something now that they run papers.
Yeah, well, they run just like they did with a certain first lady's speech. They said she copied another first lady because she said some of the same phrases, and there's only so many words in the language. You're bound to sort of.
There's only so many phrases.
Copy things. I mean, I'm sure that we've plagiarized. We just read an article. Is that plagiarism?
I guess I should have said that was from Automotive News, and that would be good enough. Hey, Phil Gremlick from Philadelphia, part-time Philadelphia. Philly from Phil. He's on, and he's all the way from. I don't know if he's in Philadelphia today, in Orlando today, on a cruise ship today. He travels around a lot. We got Stacy. Stacy's also on. Chris Lennon, another high school friend. See, look at this.
See, I'm fortunate. I didn't have any high school friends. I didn't have time for that.
I didn't either. I don't know where all these people are coming from, but they're coming out of the walls.
You're just a popular guy.
Oh, yeah. If you do have questions, concerns, we're going to be on for a few more minutes. You can hit us up at service@cmautocare.com. You can tweet us at Chad Miller Auto. You can Skype us if you want to have your face with our face.
Which you do.
Which you do, because you would make us a whole lot better looking if you were on versus us at CM Auto Care 6011. Or we got the phone lines also working at 731 Car Chat.
Potentially we have the phone lines working.
Well, hey, 1 out of 2.
Call us twice.
So we got a few phone calls. So we got 5 people. Greg wants to know if we're open tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's President's Day. We are open tomorrow, 7 a.m. till 5:30 p.m.
Is that optional to be open tomorrow?
No, it's not. It is not optional at all. We are going to be there with brand new lights in the facility.
Sweet.
So we are bigger and brighter. Fax machine working. What the heck is a fax machine, Danny? We don't do fax machines anymore.
Nobody knows what a fax machine is.
What's a fax machine? Don't you mean a computer?
Yeah, it's right next to my rotary phone.
My push button dialer.
Yep. It's holding my cassette.
There you go. Oh, 8-track.
Ooh.
Or reel to reel. We have one of those.
I don't have a reel to reel.
But
so how it's okay, it's 2017. I'm just asking.
It's 20. You mean it's 8/17?
No, it says it's 2017.
Well, that's because I do military time. So I think this time works out. What do you think?
We're not in the military.
Oh my gosh. So this is a good time. We're going to be here every Sunday night, 7:30 until
in perpetuity.
In perpetuity, maybe until we get tired of talking or you get tired of listening to us. So we're going to be here. We're going to be answering all your automotive questions. We're going to have a little soapbox Sunday because between Tony and I, we can get on a soapbox.
I don't think I've ever physically been on a soapbox.
Okay, you can get on a box, or you're complaining, or you've got your ideals about something.
My detergent comes in a bottle. It's liquid.
Oh my
gosh. Can't really stand on it.
We are going to have a little fun like we're doing now. We are going to.
Is that water or beer?
No, this is. By the way, if anybody sees this, I am not drinking beer. I am drinking honey mint tea. Honey mint tea. My mother-in-law got me into that. I don't know.
You should have just told people it was beer.
No, Phil drinks beer on the air. I don't.
At the point you said honey mint tea.
Does that make me less of a man?
We're down to 3 people watching us.
No,
now.
I got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got Danny, Phil, Stacy, Chris, and Greg, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not.
See? We can see that. So we want to thank everybody out there for watching us, listening to us. Jill for sending us a question. Danny for questions. Wink, wink, Bud Light. No. Michelob Ultra, Danny. Michelob Ultra. Work on that midsection, buddy. I know I'm one to talk. he's gonna
lower the carbs.
Lower the carbs. Lower the carbs. More intake. So we're gonna, if you have topics that you want to go ahead and send to us, you can send those at service@cmautocare.com. Hey, Phil, how was your trip? I know you just got back from Disney, or you're still in Disney. We're going to be talking to you. If you want to know everything about Disney World, and I talk a lot about it because my wife, that's her one huge vice, and I'm okay with it because she doesn't do other things. Phil Gremlick has a great podcast. Lou Mangello has a great podcast. So tune into theirs. If you want to know all about Disney, you're going to go to Disney. Those are good sources. They can talk to you a little bit about those. So we appreciate all the support from Philadelphia, from Orlando, from Burlington, Iowa.
We'll take suggestions on, did you say we'll take suggestions at service@cmautocare.com?
No, that's yours.
I just said that.
You said that.
Perfect.
Service@cmautocare.com. You can always leave a message 24/7 at the hotline at 731 Car Chat. That was very lucky. That was all my wife's idea.
Anything that you want to talk, that you might want us to talk about, and we'll do some research for you and try to get you some answers. Like the hydrogen car that somebody else called in about. We did look at that, but there are no hydrogen fuel stations anywhere, but it looks like on the far west coast of Southern California. So if you're hoping to buy a hydrogen Toyota in Texas, Not going to happen.
You can buy it. You just can't service it.
You can buy it. There's no place to.
But I talked,
and
I talked a little bit about that. That's a great idea. But I talked a little bit about it last night or yesterday.
Oh, fine.
Just a little bit. Hey, I didn't steal your
You
thunder.
could have told me before I said that.
That's right. That's why we're good yin and yang. But they're giving $15,000 in free fuel. I won't use $15,000 in 10 years of fuel. My truck.
If it was free, you might drive more.
So how much is this
Plus
hydrogen going to cost them?
I don't know.
See,
but you could be the first person in your neighborhood to drive the mobile H-bomb.
Oh my goodness! Hey, Greg, we will see you tomorrow for that for the oil change, transmission flush. Come on in.
That would be my license plate on that car, by the way.
H-bomb. If you buy it, I will pin it for you.
Sweet.
So, anyway, it is 8:21 Central Time. We are going to go ahead and I think sign off. We're gonna.
It's almost my bedtime.
It is. It's my bedtime. So I am beat. I played golf today. Thank you, Allie, for letting me play a little golf today.
Yeah, that's got to be tiring.
It was tiring. Hey, I shot pretty well.
The walking around chasing the small white ball.
I didn't walk. My feet did not walk.
Yeah, that's harsh.
Hey, my wife says, yeah, it's time to go to bed. Yeah, time to go. What?
Whatever.
Is she saying that we're just not making sense anymore?
Let me go lock the door.
Go lock the door. So we really want to thank everybody out there listening. That's someone else that just popped in. Oh, Allison. Well, hey, Allison. She's in the other room.
All right.
So we're going to be back here next Sunday night. Don't forget to catch us. We're going to have some recorded programs on Tuesday and Thursday. We're going to have Tech Talk with Tony on Tuesday. We're going to have Thursdays with Chad talking about some things happening in the shop, maybe happening automotive news during the week. Sunday nights at 7:30, we're going to go ahead and have our car chat live. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us, as Tony said. Call us. Call us at the shop if you have questions. Maybe if you've got a problem at another shop around the country and you just want somebody to talk to, you can call us at 210-558-6661. Email us at service@cmautocare. There's a lot of ways to get a hold of us.
All that stuff.
And we're not just here for us. We're here for you. We're here to help you out. If you've got questions, if you're in Burlington, Iowa, Philadelphia, Orlando, Sioux City, Wisconsin, that we had Emily come in last week. Chris Lennon, all the way from Iowa as well. Thank you, Chris. Congratulations on our business. It is not without Tony and Richard, Patrick, Mike, Allison, Ben, the rest of the guys, gals that make us who we are.
The bank.
Thanks, bank. I want to thank Beverly. Oh, my gosh. Beverly, and I know this is going off on a tangent, but Beverly Fortner, who stuck her neck out and believed in what we were doing and what our goal is and our mission was, the Small Business Association, who, by the way, has a new who the head of, or the former head of the WWE is now is leading the SBA. But that's a sidebar. That's something else. Linda McMahon. So, but, regardless, so we want to thank everybody out there for as somebody back in Orlando says, high fives and positive vibes. You like that?
Yeah, that's nice.
That? So, but you can catch us Tuesdays. You can catch us also on Thursdays and Car Chat Live next Sunday night at
7:30.
At 7:30. Oh my gosh.
Or 19:30 if you use military time like Chad. 19:30.
What's the matter with military time?
Nothing. I was just speaking to the other side of our audience.
That's right. So anyway,
extending the olive branch.
Everybody have a good night. Hug and kiss your kids, your wife, whoever it might be, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Be safe out there. We will see talk to everybody next week, 7:30 Sunday. And hopefully I can get I don't know if I can get this in.
You can do this.
I can do this.